best days happen out here, where the only thing on the line is what you can catch. And every cast could be the one that fills your memories with the fish of your lifetime. Mercury engines are made for exploring. So are you. Go boldly.
Good morning and welcome to Bass Day here at the Spring Fishing and Boat Show. It's actually becoming a very strong day, or has become a really strong day for the Spring Fishing and Boat Show. Every day we kind of dedicate it to a species of fish, and yet like yesterday was Muskie Day, and we brought all the superstars of Muskie forward, and we got really personal. We kind of let these guys tell their story, and today we have a whole lineup of bass guys, and the first guy coming up is going to tell us his story and how he got going, and we're very proud of him. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Cory Johnston.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Good. Just shook off a bass so I can catch him here on live for you.
You got the life, dude. But you know what? I know it's hard work, so I didn't say it meaning anything else. But you just finished fishing a tournament. Fished for 3 days. How many days of practice before that?
3 days.
So and here you are. You were fishing yesterday because you were crappy fishing yesterday, and now today you're back on the water. Like, dude, do you think you could fish 365 days a year if you could?
No, I mean I couldn't.
That's over the top.
No, I could fish for half the year and hunt for half the year.
Have you ever kind of thought, or not thought, but can you have a running track record of how many consecutive days you fished?
No, I have no idea, but it's a lot. You just ask the wife.
Yes.
A lot.
You're too much, dude. You're the best. Who's on the boat with you? I see something in the background.
Yep, Seth Fighter's back here with me.
Boys.
Hey, what's up, big guy? 2 for 1 this morning. You gotta love this one. I'm almost happy that interview didn't go well.
Yeah.
We actually pre-recorded Cory at another earlier, and unfortunately, we had a really bad reception, and we thought we'd give him a chance, and he was open. Hey, you know what? Great. So this is fantastic. So we just kind of want you to tell us your story, like where it started, how you got into it. I know a lot about you. I've had the opportunity to know you since you were just a young lad, and so I don't know, like, is it something it was natural for you, or did you have to get coaxed into it?
I mean, it was pretty natural for us. Our dad did the whole tournament thing, and so we grew up in a bass boat. We got lucky that way, and hang on, here, Fighter, hang on to that. Oh, he come off. He came off.
I thought you dropped the phone. I was like, oh my god.
No, he came off, but yeah, we grew up in a bass boat. Our dad was good enough to be able to take us and bring us along when he was practicing. So we learned pretty quick, and that's just kind of how it all began.
So you guys are competitive, and I know you're competitive against each other because I've watched you guys, how competitive you are when it comes to stage time and stuff like that, and I'm sure during the day. Was that always been like that? Have you always been competitive, Chris, and vice versa?
Absolutely. And that's I think that's kind of where the hockey nature comes out in us. Everything we do is competitive, and we try and put a little bit of money on everything just because it's more fun that way, and we have a good time with it.
So when did you start hitting the stage? Like how old were you when you started actually fishing tournaments?
I mean, the first one I ever won, I was 14 years old, and that was a pretty big tournament, and that was on Tri Lakes back home with my old man, and ever since then, it's just continued on, and it's been going for a long time.
Back in the old Chevy Mariner days, and I remember competing there as well, and before you got into it, and I remember you qualifying for a classic with your dad, and you had to fish the classic. Back then we were split up, and you fished the classic by yourself, and you were, I don't know, were you even 14 at the time?
Yeah, I was 14.
You were and you had and back then, I guess you had to have your own boat and you had to go fish on your own. So who'd you go out with that day? Do you remember?
Yeah, I don't remember who I was out with. I think John McGoy was one of my scrutineers that tournament. But I mean, it was a cool experience. You know, we got to fish against the best of the best in Canada, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I remember that event like it was yesterday. But the thing is I know you do extremely well with bass, but you've also done really well with walleye in Canada, right? You know you got a Canada U.S. title belt in your belt, and back then, we're talking it was over 100 boats, and that was a great event as well.
Yeah, that was a good event. We my old man's always done very well in the walleye tournaments, and you know we got nothing else to do in the spring when bass season's closed, so we jumped in as many walleye tournaments as we could, and we really enjoyed that.
So the natural progression when it comes to bass fishing is Canada, you go to the States, right? It's just it is what it is, right? And that's what you did. So what was your first introduction to the U.S. market? Like, what would have been your first tournament you fished down in the States?
I mean, when we were young, Chris decided he was going to fish a Costa on the Thousand Islands, and we'd never been to Thousand Islands before that. And he was probably, I don't know, he would have been 17 or 18, and that was the first time that we'd ever fished a U.S. tournament. And he almost won it. He finished second, and right after that, I mean, we decided that that's what we were going to do is go to the U.S. and fish a bunch of these Costas and see how it went. And Chris won Angler of the Year that year, and so the next year I started jumping in on the train and just kind of progressed from there.
Yeah, wow. And so what was your first U.S. win? Do you remember?
My first U.S. win. I don't remember, but I won. I won a couple Costa tournaments. One on the what was it, the James River. One on Oneida, and then we've had some wins in the Sturgeon Bay Open. So it's there's been a few of them. Won a BFL on Thousand Islands.
Wow. So what would you say your favorite lake down there is?
Definitely the St. Lawrence River. I mean, that's Canada and the U.S., but there's a bunch of them. I mean, we're in Florida now, and I love fishing in Florida, especially in the wintertime when it's cold back home. But any of the northern lakes, I like to fish.
I like how you do that cold back home thing in there.
Yep.
But it's pretty cool. And now like like when you walk into a room, like a US room, like you're right up there with the Swindells, with the Iconellis, all these guys. Now they got longer history, right? But did you ever think that you were going to reach your dreams and so early in life? Like you're so young and you're doing so good.
Yeah, I've always wanted to fish the Elite Series, but there's still a lot of stuff that I haven't accomplished yet that I want to do, like win a blue trophy, win an Angler of the Year, win a Classic. And I mean, that's three things that are not easy to do by any stretch. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, those goals keep you going, I think, and that's what makes those things so much more important in life because the more harder they are to get, and if they were easy, then they wouldn't be as important, right? So, but you've got the opportunity to, meet guys like the guy next to you there right now, and Coop talks highly of you guys. Like he stayed with you guys a couple nights last week, so and that's pretty cool. So you guys tour together, and is it the same group of guys together all the time, or do you guys?
Yeah, pretty much. There's four of us, and sometimes five. Gussie kind of big dogs us now, and doesn't really stay with us too much, just because he's travels around, I think, with his wife. And but there's, for the most part, it's me, Chris, Fider, and Matt Robertson, and we got a good group of guys. We all get along well, and it seems to work for us.
That's cool. So, can we talk about the Classic a little bit?
Yeah.
How you feeling about that?
I'm excited for it. Anytime you're in position to walk across the Bassmaster stage is a good thing in itself. But we you got a chance to win once you make it, and that's a big deal. So we're excited to get her going here next week and see what happens.
So you have, like, you guys talk about how much weight you think it's going to take to win and stuff like that?
It's hard to say. I mean, 17 pounds a day would win it, I'm sure. So we're, it's very weather dependent, and we'll see what happens.
Well, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, we're all rooting for you guys up here. We figure between the three of you, hopefully we got a good shot at putting Canada up, holding that trophy, and hopefully Dave's the guy who's going to hand it to you, and he's a good guy. So how does that feel, getting up in front of Dave sometimes?
I mean, it's good. Mercer's a great MC. He does a good job doing what he does, and just makes it that much more exciting when he's there.
Yeah, and you know what? And even the Classic. So we're debating coming down to the Classic. Just trying to figure out if we can make it happen. But I think it'll be cool. I think it's a great event. People that haven't been there, the energy at the Classic is something like second to none. Like, it's absolutely incredible. It is the stage of bass fishing by far, and I'll tell you, it's something that if you haven't experienced, I strongly suggest and get down there and check this out for yourself, because it's a lot of fun. I think that's it, dude. I think we're gonna hopefully see you at the Classic, and we're gonna root you on to this whole thing, and hopefully we see you at the standing tall at the end of it. So, does your partner over there want to say anything, like a good morning or goodbye?
Magnum right there, bro. We just found a great big one on a bed, so we're gonna go catch it.
Can we see it? Can we see it? Okay, who's filming who? I want to see
it. Well, I don't. That was a big one. Who's a good one?
Big one?
5 or 6 pounder.
Oh yeah.
So, lake we're on right now is crystal clear water, and there's a bunch up spawning. So we're gonna have some fun today.
This is perfect for Cory Johnston fishing.
Exactly.
Sight fishing at its best, right there. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys catch your fish. Man. Thank you very much. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy your day.
You.
You know what? That was Cory Johnston, that fighter, and I'll tell you right now, it's like it's phenomenal that they fish so much, and even on a day off, they're gonna take a day off and they're still gonna fish. And don't kid yourself, those fishing expositions, like Over and Beyond, are also learning curves to kind of understand what these fish are doing, and especially at different times of the year. So don't ever think that Cory's not working. So I'll tell you, good luck to you, Cory, and good luck to Seth, and good luck to all you guys. I hope Chris and Jeff, you guys all have a great Classic, and hopefully we'll be there to join with you. So for all the people that have tuned in, continue to tune in. We've broken up the segments so this way you can upload them one at a time. We've had a lot of shows prior to this that you could watch. With Bob Zumi was on it. We've had all kinds of especially with the bass industry, we've had all kinds of guys on it, and we got so many more ahead of you. So once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and stay tuned for Bass Day here at the Spring Fishing Boat Show.
Hi, my name's Cory Johnston. I'm a Bassmaster Elite Series angler.
My name's Cory Johnston. I fish the Bassmaster Elite Series.
When I started fishing, I was 2 years old. I would go out with my dad. He was a competitive tournament angler. He was fishing at the top level in Canada, and I would spend my summers on the boat with my brother. We would practice for tournaments growing up until I was about 11 years old. Then I finally got the call to go in my first tournament fish with my dad. The reason I actually got in the tournament was because my brother got grounded. He was supposed to fish it, and so the night before I got the call, and we went in that tournament, and I still remember like it was yesterday. We ended up winning, caught 20 or 30 bass, all on top water, and I was hooked on competitive tournament angling from that day forward.
Took it south of the border down to the States at that point, and Chris fished his very first one, finished second, won Angler of the Year in the Costa Series that year. and it's just progressed. And then we ended up fishing the FLW Tour for 3 years, and we got really lucky and got an invite to the Bassmaster Elite Series in 2019 and had a great year, and it's just kind of all coming together.
Growing up, my brother and I were always very competitive, and whether it be at hockey, who's faster, who's going to score more goals in a game, and we've translated that into fishing, who has a better tournament, who has a better year, and that's really drives us to do better, that competitiveness. And even if he finishes 60th, I want to be 59th or better, so I have bragging rights until the next tournament at least, and I really think that pushes us even further.
We're super competitive people. It doesn't matter if we're on the water, we're playing hockey, we're playing cards, whatever we're doing, we want to win. And that's just kind of been the I guess the attitude that my parents instilled in us when we were little kids. You know, it's if you're going to do something, do it as hard as you can. We want to win. It doesn't matter. Now we're at the top level of our game in the bass fishing industry, and when we're at the top level, we need the best product and equipment that we can use. And we've partnered with Iowa because we believe that not only are they the best fishing company in the world, but they have the best product, the best people, and we're extremely excited to be with them. I'm Cory Johnston.
I'm Chris Johnston. I'm at the top of my game, and I'm here to stay.
We've finally made it. We're here, and we're here to stay. We're not going anywhere.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on applying the scheme. The true side trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze come, freeze up, straight dropping the kills. I'm talking taking over pieces and shares. A bomb break sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah. It's one heart, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. Your memories spark to motivate and make the industry shake. We put the bars in the brakes. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cover, work the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is a teacher under pressure, now we blessed. See, I was so close for the goal. There's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah. It's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go!